and welcome to the Mary Sue game, Battle Doctor Who, Part 2.
Ooh.
And not only is it Doctor Who, but today we've got spooky Halloween themes.
Spooky.
Spooky. Notice all of our cute costumes.
Only yours.
Only my costume.
Even though you didn't wear your back dress like you said you would.
I never said I was wearing a back dress.
You did say you were going to wear a back dress.
Izzy, you're not dressed up.
You didn't tell me.
No problem. I got this.
You gotta turn the lights on.
I don't know how to turn the lights on.
Yes.
So, welcome to the Mary Sue game. As you know, we are the game show that turns your maladaptive daydreaming into a competition. So today with me, I've got Blaze defending his Doctor Who belt against Yasmin. So they've been preparing their fan fiction, and now we have some random spooky Halloween themed tropes that we're going to include. So we've got them right here on our very new spinning wheel.
Really up the ante on this episode.
It is very, very random. So we've got possession, body swap, witches, ghosts, costumes, trick or treat, supernatural creatures, and a sugar high are your potential trope/AUs that you might have to add into your game. So let's go ahead and give it a spin. Costumes!
Yay!
So characters in your fan fiction will now have to, at some point, be wearing costumes.
Ooh.
There is so much potential for this one.
I'm excited.
This is very good. I'm excited. All right, so let's go ahead. You'll have 5 minutes to add your trope and finish up any final details on your fan fiction. Go. So, we've talked about Doctor Who. We've covered it before. Let's go ahead and just go over the basics for some people who maybe didn't see that episode and or are not familiar with Doctor Who. It is a very long-running sci-fi television show about an alien named the Doctor. He's from a race called the Time Lords. He has what is called the TARDIS. Don't ask me what it stands for. I don't remember. But
Relative dimension space.
You're so close.
Blaze, do you know?
Time and relative dimension in space.
Whoa, that's what I said. Oh, man.
You were close.
That's exactly what I said. I just barfed half of it out.
Anyways, you're lucky you're cute. And so he's got the TARDIS. It is a spaceship and a time travel machine. And it looks like a British police box. But it is bigger on the inside because it's alien technology. It just happens to be stuck as a police box from the 70s? Are those from the
Tell me it matters.
Who cares?
So, we've got Halloween tropes. We've got costumes.
Yes.
I think this one is a fairly straight-laced, easy to include into Doctor Who. I mean, one of the many things, it happens every once in a while, but they do dress in time period accurate costumes. Sometimes the Doctor's like, it doesn't matter, they don't pay attention. But a lot of times you get cool time period costumes.
And so for costumes, you can really add the drama of having a mask or something, so that way you don't get recognized right away. You have
Who is it?
We're
A lover,
secret.
an enemy? You don't know who's behind that sexy mask.
All the drama. I like this.
You can go where they turn into the costumes that they're wearing.
Like
Some
in
magical-
Halloween.
Yeah, you can do that.
Lauren really wanted to have Return to Halloween 2.
Return to Halloween Town 2
Yeah.
on
Here,
our spinning wheel.
We
said no.
I think it's objectively the best movie ever created. Right after Tuck Everlasting.
That is a good movie. Anyways, so it's Halloween this weekend. This week, Thursday, Halloween, in 2 days.
Woo.
Are you expecting them to bring the Halloween? Not just our trope, but any more?
No.
I mean, we can't really expect it,
But do you want them to?
It would be so delicious if they did.
And
We've
there's
heard that.
opportunities with the
So
costume
delicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Costume party.
Masquerades.
Masquerade ball.
Masquerade.
Hide your face
So the world can never find you.
Yes.
In
Yes.
case you didn't know, Lauren will break out randomly into song given the opportunity. It's what we love about her.
Don't mention any city with a related song. Don't mention Chicago. Don't mention Iowa.
So what are some things about Doctor Who that makes it really great and easy to create a Mary Sue?
Anything can happen. Pretty much you can come up with any scenario and it would fit into canon.
Yeah, you can go anywhere. You can meet anybody. There's always like a rotating cast of characters. Or you have the main cast. You could insert yourself as like the companion. Like, and that's inherently like
That is a really easy thing.
Mary Sue.
The Mary Sue, the concept of the companion, the person who travels along with the Doctor. In a lot of cases, I want to say more like 70% of the time, the companion is female. Sometimes there are secondary companions that also are in the mix. But the companion typically represents your average person, an average girl that is swept along on these adventures.
Yeah. And so it's very easy to turn into your Mary Sue. And either you get dragged in somehow.
Another interesting thing about Doctor Who is the fact that the Doctor always rotates. Right now we're on the 13th, technically 14th, if you count the War Doctor, with incarnations. So his face changes. Right now, actually, the 13th Doctor is a female.
So you can also make the Doctor be your Mary Sue as well. There's just a lot of flexibility in Doctor Who.
Yes. Especially because it also tends to be a Monster of the Week type episode.
And therefore, there's no real canon that you have to follow. No big plot line you have to adhere to. You can make it be whatever you want.
Yeah. And because it's such a long show, we have such different generations of it. Like, there are definitely eras that you can easily recognize between character change and even like tone shift. All right. So that is your 5 minutes. I think we have decided that Yasmin, you are going first.
All right.
It is champion's advantage. That's the only advantage you get.
Are you going to talk about the rules of judging before you walk away?
Yes, I am. Thank you for reminding me. So, y'all are being judged on 4 main categories. Adherence to canon. Does it feel like a Doctor Who episode? And do the characters feel like they're correct? Personal life details. Do we get a reflection of you within the Mary Sue character? Originality. That's pretty self-explanatory. And overused tropes. Not only is that going to judge how well you used and utilized the trope in question, but how many other common fan fiction tropes did you also include?
Especially the Mary Sue tropes, like everyone loves her or him, or magically has a perfect skill at the right time. Stuff like that.
So, I'll go ahead and bring you on up.
All right, so I just go up there.
Come up here.
All right. All right. Hello.
Wait. Your like title screen's up.
Okay. The alarm clock blares at me.
There you go.
The alarm clock blares at me. Its cacophonous din echoes throughout my flat, waking me from a deep, dreamless sleep. Groggily, I peer at the time. 6:30 a.m. The Tempest demon glares with its neon red eyes. Suppressing a groan, I manage to hop out of bed. Fantastic. Another day, I think, with dismal enthusiasm as I run water from my typical morning shower. While the scalding water cascades along my back, I try not to think of the austere day that lays in wait for me. The gray light of morning floods through the bedroom window. I can't help but stare at the busy scene of London town. Cars rushing to and fro, people rushing from place to place, and about them all clings a thick blanket of perpetual chilling rain. There was a time when I thought of making a life in... Excuse me. There was a time when the thought of making a life in the UK absolutely thrilled me, but now Now I would much rather prefer any other place but here. It can't be helped, I think forlornly as I finish dressing, slip on my coat, and loop my scarf snugly about my neck. Grabbing my inky black umbrella, my book bag, and a copy of Wuthering Heights, I lock up my flat good and tight before racing towards the tube that would ferry me to Oxford University. I've been a student here for nearly a year and a resident for nearly 2. In that time, I've come to realize that nothing but nothing happens here. Breathless and filled with a slight bout of dread, I managed to swipe my Metro card, ease through the gate, leap over the gap, and collapse into a seat on the underground train at last. Taking a quick gander at my watch, which reads 7:30 a.m., I realized I had more than enough time before classes began. Opening up my copy of Wuthering Heights, slipping my earbuds in, Kansas crooning through, I settle in for my daily trip. Yep, I glumly thought, just like always. Thud. Myself, along with countless others, are unceremoniously thrown to the train's floor. What in the blue hell was that? Stuffing my book and phone into my bag, I take stock of what is happening. It is difficult to tell what is going on through the flickering of the train's lights and the crackling PA. All I can make out is a vast sea of tangled limbs that are rushing through the rapidly sliding doors. Panic closes its icy grip around my heart as I trip and fail to regain my footing. Get out, get out, get out! My mind screams at me while adrenaline courses through my veins, forcing my body to claw along the ground in a desperate attempt to escape a danger I cannot see. Then, as suddenly as the distress unfolded, it subsided twice as fast. The crackling voice silenced, the lights stopped flickering, and everything was oddly still. The sound of my own ragged breathing and the hum of the fluorescents and my heart hammering against my chest roar in my ears. Fear, concentrated and toxic, forces me to keep my eyes to the sickly green shag carpet. Curiosity, however, makes me swallow the lump in my throat. I shift my gaze up, 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 and see statues? Easing up into my knees, my eyes readjusting to my surroundings. No, I really can't believe it. There are at least 7 statues of angels with faces hidden in their hands. They almost look like they're weeping. How did they get here? More importantly, why are they here? Don't blink, a hushed English accented voice rasped into my ear, causing me to jump. 2 gentle hands held my head firmly in place, keeping my eyes fixed on the statues. Don't look away, the voice repeated. Don't blink. Blink and you're dead. Who are you? I can feel the same hands enclose about my waist, helping me to my feet as he replies, I'm the doctor, and I'm here to help. The doctor? Doctor who? Could this day get any more unusual? A smile finds its way into his voice when he replies, exactly. Yes?
You have 1 minute left.
All right. I don't understand what's going on. What are these things? There's no time to explain. Just know that they are extremely dangerous and can only attack if you take your eyes off them for even a moment. You need to come with me and come with me now. Excuse me, what does he take me for? Furrowing my brow, I stiffen under his grasp and angle my head towards him. And if I don't, close your eyes for a moment and you'll see. I do just this. What I see once they reopen chills me to the bone. The angels not only moved, their faces were visible and contorted into menacing grimaces complete with sharp fangs. Their hands were curled into threatening claws. My heart began to race. My own fingers gripped what felt like a trench coat. Every nerve within me was a live wire. There, you see what I mean? The man asked. Very matter-of-factly. Yes, now what are we going to do? Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I see a blue light radiating and softly humming with a great power. You're going to have to trust me, miss. Keep your focus on the angels. Don't blink, and I will get you out as swiftly as possible, the man said with absolute resolve. Where did these things come from? I whispered nervously. If I knew more about their origin, maybe I could take comfort in that. No one knows, miss, least of all me. They are very nearly as old as the universe. They are, in fact, the deadliest, most powerful, most malevolent life form evolution has ever produced. Outstanding, I sigh in disappointment. In a way they are. They are only psychopaths in the universe to kill you nicely. Kill nicely? They look as if they could tear you limb from limb. Thank you.
Good job. All right, boys, your turn.
All right then.
Do you want time signals?
Yes, please.
Hi.
1 minute and then fist at Grace?
Yes, please.
And then a Tootsie Roll to your head
Yeah.
when that's over.
I might need that. We'll see. All right. So, let's begin. Those of you who watched the last episode know, of course, of the Flame. For those of you who don't, this is a 14-year-old half-human, half-Time Lord, the son of the 10th Doctor and Rose, who has been living in Round Rock, Texas for most of his young life. But in the last episode, he remembered all of his Time Lord traveling days with his father and mother, and has since tried to return to a normal life. Now, of course, he does like to have fun every once in a while, so he's decided to take himself and his companions, Izzy, Lauren, Amanda, and Robin, along with him on a Halloween adventure. He's picked out a wonderful Halloween party from early eras of France, and everyone has dressed up for the party. Flame is dressed like a universal vampire with the fake fangs and everything. Lauren and Robin are wearing a couple's costume of peanut butter and jelly. Amanda is dressed like the Cyberman that she nearly turned into in the previous adventure, and Izzy forgot to wear a costume. So, the Flame and his, quote, companions are traveling in a time machine that the Flame has constructed out of reused Cyberman technology and using his makeshift sonic screwdriver in order to make it all work. However, as they think they've landed at this new Halloween party, they suddenly realize that they have landed on Skaro, the home planet of the Daleks. Fearing for their lives, they go into the depths of this planet, hoping to seek refuge from the chaos of the Daleks. And unfortunately, they find the cold heart of Skaro, this great pillar of red evil-looking lights streaming from floor to ceiling. Unfortunately, before they could make their escape, Lauren trips and falls into the light and then spills out to the other side, eyes glowing red in a very obviously evil manner. With this commotion, a Dalek guard comes in yelling, "Exterminate, exterminate!" And Evil Lauren, which is her name, Evil Lauren, kind of smushed together like that, runs behind the Dalek and grabs the little laser cannon thing and starts firing it at the companions. Oh no! Whatever are they going to do? They all take cover. Quickly, the Flame thinks of an idea. Robin, we need you! And he runs out from cover. But unfortunately, Evil Lauren gets him with the laser beam, and he falls to the floor, clutching at the last little bits of life. He yells out to Robin, "You're the only one who can save her. It's true love." Robin, now steeled with resolve, jumps out from behind cover, raising her hands, saying, "I know you're still in there somewhere, Lauren!" And she hugs Evil Lauren and the combination of the peanut butter and jelly couple's costume, along with the true love that they have for each other. Lauren's eyes go from red to the normal color. What is the normal? Brown eyes! And with this transformation of Evil Lauren back into Lauren, a wave of true love emanates out from them, turning all the Daleks over the planet into good beings, capable of stopping war all across the universe. And before they could all celebrate, they realized that the cold corpse of their friend, the Flame, is still on the ground. Whatever are they going to do? And at this moment, beams of light start shooting out of the limbs of the Flame as he regenerates into something vaguely resembling a very young version of David Bowie. It's really weird. He stands up, adjusts his coat, and says, "Now I believe we should head off to that Halloween party." And so, Flame and his companions get back into the makeshift TARDIS and go off on their crazy adventures. To be continued. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for both of your fan fictions. They were great.
Yes.
Very good.
All right, so Yasmin went first, so let's go ahead and start with her fan fiction. Amanda?
Yasmin, you did a really different approach than what we've seen on the show, which is you did it in first person, which I really liked. It made it really easy to follow because we got to see what your Mary Sue actually experienced, and so it was a very interesting way to do it. I really liked that a lot. I really liked the line that you had, the Doctor Who.
Classic.
Very good, very classic
job.
there.
Thank you.
So,
I I loved the drama. I think you did a really good job of like keeping the tension up, and it was very like classic, like sort of dramatic and romancy, and you're like, ooh, where's this gonna go? It's so scary. Yeah, and I loved the classic like Doctor Who line, and I also liked your Mary Sue kind of having everything seemingly, like she like goes to Oxford in London, and then she's also very unhappy with it, like it's terrible. Like, this is everything I ever wanted, and it's so horrible. Which I think is very good, like classic Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Glad you liked it.
I agree with both of them. Something I particularly liked was like, for lack of a better word, I guess the literary style that your Mary Sue narrator was using kind of really sold it for me, as well as like still being kind of emotional and immediate, and you could really hear her thoughts.
I did. I don't know if I just didn't catch it, but I don't know that did you use the costume trope?
Yes, I did, but I ran out of time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's move on to Blaze's story.
Okay. There's so much to say about your story, Blaze.
Yep. So much.
I think you nailed us down with the costumes, especially
Yes.
Izzy for getting her costume.
Because she did.
You get. I'm sorry, Izzy. You're just getting a lot of shade thrown at you tonight. But I really liked how it was like you went to the planet and how love was what saved everybody, because that's a very classic Mary Sue trope of love is what saves everything. It was very, very good.
I agree with everything. I think it was very fun. It very much felt like a filler episode of Doctor Who, which is very like, I love those episodes where you're just like, we're just gonna go somewhere, we're gonna have a good time, and then we're gonna leave, and it's gonna do something crazy. I do wish we had seen more of the Flame. I kind of was a little bit sad that he kind of died immediately. Was reborn as David Bowie, which was like very fun, but I like the Flame a lot. I love a sequel. And so I kind of wanted to see a little bit more of him.
Yes, like all good thoughts. I did like that your name is Blaze and your character is Flame for
it.
personal life details. As well as the fact that your Flame is from Round Rock, Texas. The valiant death, the saving true love, the resurrection. It's all very dramatic and Mary Sue-like. That was good.
And I do like that the Flame is the child of Rose and Ten. It's very Mary Sue to have your character somehow weirdly, in a way that doesn't make any sense into canon, be a child of important characters.
Not like Robin's ever done that ever once in her entire life.
I have done it many times, I just can't remember.
Sister of the Miz.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That's a good fan fiction. That's a good Mary Sue. Yeah. So do y'all want to take a few, not minutes, but like a little bit to kind of vote?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Do we have papers?
That's what I was getting at.
We're prepared this episode.
We spent all of our time on our costumes.
So behind the scenes here.
In case you weren't aware, the paper literally just comes out of my journal and I tear it. And that is
High budget here.
Yes.
Yep.
So, as just a reminder to the audience, we had two very nice fan fictions, Mary Sue fan fictions about Doctor Who. And now our judges are voting, and they are judging based on adherence to canon, overused tropes, personal life details, and originality.
This one was really, really hard.
Yeah.
This was
not an easy
a
one.
very good. Y'all did a great job.
Thank you.
Cheater.
It's not cheating!
You are compromising the anonymity of the vote process.
I know we were honest. I'll forget myself.
I can tell based off of your handwriting. Like, don't even try.
Each other picked.
Oh.
Yeah, that,
Our
like,
decisions influence yours. No.
are y'all ready?
I'm pretty sure ultimately I'm the one who decides.
All right, let's go ahead and bring y'all up front. Go ahead and stand in front of me. I'll meet y'all up there in a sec. No, just in front of me.
Oh, shoot. Oops.
Come on, guys. Okay.
She's gonna
I need
stand
to
between
fit
you.
in between y'all. Hold this. All right.
This is so heavy.
It's 10 pounds of glitter.
And it's 10 pounds of glitter, guys. And our winner is Blair.
I'm still champion. Yes.
I think these were two of our best stories we've had on the show. Minus the Pacific Rim, because if I say otherwise wrong, my record be But
Did
Good
y'all feel
stuff.
like there was any deciding factor on the
I
judging?
think the trope. Yasmin, I think if you had added in the trope into yours, you would have won.
I did. I
But-
probably should have read faster.
Yeah, that was really what decided it was, because we do judge heavily on if you add in our bonus trope.
Oh, it's all right.
And yeah, I think if you just, I think your time got to you a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I
if you had
did.
finished yours, you probably would have beaten me. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not upset. I had a
Really
good time.
And both of you did fabulous.
Yes.
They were very
Yeah.
fun.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this Mary Sue game episode, Doctor Who. For our next episode, I believe we've got My Superhero Academia. It's going to be super great.
My Hero Academia.
There's no super in there.
Boku no Hero Academia.
What she said. And next, I believe we have Combat Creations. They are continuing their journey of the Ogre Dragon Centaur. You should watch it because I don't really know what it is. But it's cool and weird and it's cool. Thank you, Gavin. Thank you.
They cut us out.
But yes, thank you for joining the Mary Sue, and make sure to like us on Facebook and follow all of our other Kaiju Labs media stuff.